Hello and welcome, everyone. Today, we're diving into a thrilling saga of heroism and conflict, inspired by iconic legends. Join us as we explore a world on the edge, where the fate of humanity hangs in the balance. Together, we'll navigate the gray areas of morality and discover the power of unity. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to not miss any part of this epic journey. Ready? Let's get started. Avengers vs. X-Men, Vol. 1. In the far reaches of the cosmos, where light and darkness intertwine, an ancient and fearsome entity known as the Dark Phoenix Force roamed. This malevolent cosmic force, imbued with the power to obliterate entire planets, had left a trail of destruction across the galaxies. After decimating several worlds, it retreated into the dark void of space, only to set its malevolent gaze upon Earth, heralding an impending chaos unlike any before. Meanwhile, in the heart of New York City, within the iconic Avengers Tower, the air was thick with tension. In the hangar adjacent to the Avengers' sleek aircraft stood Earth's mightiest heroes: Captain America, Iron Man, Black Widow, Thor, Spider-Man, Hawkeye, and Protector. They had just returned from a grueling mission, but the atmosphere was far from celebratory. Tony Stark, the genius billionaire behind the Iron Man armor, was embroiled in a heated debate with Novar, the interstellar warrior known as Protector, and the son of Captain Marvel. Their contention? The technological capabilities of the Avengers plane. Protector, with knowledge of advanced spacefaring technologies, argued that the aircraft was in dire need of an upgrade to meet the standards of the cosmos. Iron Man, however, bristled at the critique, his pride intertwined with the machine he had crafted. He dismissed Protector's suggestions, insisting that the plane was already at the pinnacle of Earth's technological achievements. Just then, Ms. Marvel, soaring through the sky, descended gracefully into the hangar. Confused by the commotion, she inquired if their bickering was a result of the Avengers Assembly. It was at this moment that Captain America stepped in, his voice calm yet authoritative, urging Tony to ease the tension and cooperate. Iron Man's retort was sharp, tinged with respect yet underscored by his stubbornness. "Hey, Captain America, you're the leader here. Tell Protector to keep his hands off my stuff." As the Avengers engaged in a heated debate within the confines of their tower, an ominous spectacle unfolded in the skies above New York City. A fiery entity, blazing with an infernal glow, tore through the atmosphere, capturing the attention of Earth's mightiest heroes. This incandescent phenomenon didn't just streak across the sky, it collided with a passenger airplane, engulfing it in flames. The aircraft, now a fireball. In a desperate bid to avert tragedy, Iron Man, Thor, and Ms. Marvel sprang into action. Simultaneously, the fiery object continued its path of destruction, striking the iconic Empire State Building with such force that it severely compromised the structure. The upper floors began to crumble, threatening to plummet to the streets below. The situation escalated further as the entity finally crashed into the ground, leaving chaos in its wake. The Avengers, witnessing the unfolding disaster, sprang into action. Iron Man, Thor, and Ms. Marvel took to the skies, each hero confronting a different aspect of the crisis. Thor, the god of thunder, approached the burning aircraft. Summoning the might of Mjolnir, he conjured a powerful whirlwind, steering the plane away from the populated areas and safely into the river, averting a tragedy. Meanwhile, Iron Man targeted the detached airplane wing, a massive structure spiraling towards the city. With precision and determination, he unleashed a barrage of laser fire, disintegrating the wing into harmless fragments, preventing further destruction. The Empire State Building, a symbol of human achievement, was on the brink of collapse. Ms. Marvel, showcasing her extraordinary strength, intercepted the falling upper floors. Holding the massive structure aloft, she maneuvered it away from the bustling streets below. However, this heroic act caused some occupants to fall. But before panic could set in, Spider-Man, with his quick reflexes, wove a safety net of webs, ensuring that no lives were lost in the chaos. As the dust settled from the initial chaos wrought by the fiery intruder, another contingent of the Avengers sprung into action. Captain America, Black Widow, Hawkeye, and the Protector, aboard the Avengers plane, soared through the skies toward the site of impact. Their mission was clear: to investigate the aftermath and unearth clues about the mysterious entity that threatened their world. Upon landing near the devastated area, the team disembarked. The scene that awaited them was one of destruction. Buildings lay in ruins, testament to the immense power of the collision. With determination, they moved towards the epicenter of the impact, their senses heightened, ready for whatever lay ahead. Captain America, ever the leader, communicated their position to Iron Man, ensuring the entire team was informed of their movements. "This is Captain America. We are now approaching the point of impact," he relayed with gravity. Knowing the importance of their discovery could be crucial in combating the looming threat. Arriving at the devastated building, a shocking sight met their eyes amidst the rubble. It was Nova, also known as Richard Rider, a member of the intergalactic law enforcement agency known as the Nova Corps. Grievously injured, unconscious, and buried beneath debris, the sight of a fellow warrior in such a state galvanized the team into action. Captain America, with the help of his team, carefully extricated Nova from his rocky prison. As Nova lay among them, barely clinging to consciousness, Captain America sought to rouse him. "What happened, Nova?" "This is Captain America." He called for medical assistance, hoping to stabilize their interstellar ally. It wasn't long before Iron Man, Thor, and Spider-Man converged on the scene, completing the assembly of Avengers around the injured Nova. In a fleeting moment of lucidity, Nova uttered a dire warning. "It's coming! The Dark Phoenix is coming!" Then, just as quickly as he had awakened, he succumbed to unconsciousness once more. The Avengers, now united, were gripped by confusion and urgency. Iron Man, hoping to glean some insight, commanded his computer assistant to scour the interstellar radar for any sign of the Dark Phoenix. But the radar revealed nothing, deepening the mystery and leaving the team bewildered, astonished, and concerned about the unseen and seemingly undetectable threat that loomed over them. In this moment, the Avengers faced a new challenge. An enigmatic foe heralded by one of their own from the cosmos, with no trace or clue as to when or where it might strike. The team, though taken aback by the gravity of Nova's warning, knew they must prepare. The battle against the Dark Phoenix, an entity of untold power, was imminent, and the Avengers would need all their strength, unity, and resolve to face what was coming. In the seclusion of Utopia Island, nestled off the coast of San Francisco, the X-Men's training headquarters stood as a testament to resilience and strength. Here, Scott Summers, known as Cyclops, engaged in an intense training session with Hope Summers, his daughter. Born to Jean Grey and Scott Summers, Hope was not just any mutant. She was the progeny of legends, inheriting the vast and volatile powers of her mother. Scott's intent was clear: to temper Hope's raw, unbridled abilities through rigorous combat training. The air was thick with tension as father and daughter clashed. Despite Hope's exhaustion from the relentless drills, Scott persisted, pushing her beyond her limits. His voice, stern and unwavering, echoed through the training grounds. "You have to take control of your powers so you don't hurt yourself or others. You need to be ready. Humans fear your power, and they will come for you, seeking to strip you of your abilities or imprison you like they have other mutants," he warned. Hope, fueled by frustration and a burgeoning defiance, retorted with a question that cut deep. "Did Professor X train you like this?" The confrontation escalated as Scott responded not with words, but with action, unleashing a laser from his eyes. The beam struck Hope, sending her tumbling to the ground. Scott's relentless command to continue the fight only ignited Hope's anger further. Among the spectators were Eric Lensher, known as Magneto, and Ororo Munro, known as Storm. They observed with a mixture of admiration and concern as the training spiraled into an intense battle of wills. Scott's unyielding demand for another round pushed Hope to her breaking point. Unable to contain the surging power within, Hope unleashed a cataclysmic explosion of energy, the Dark Phoenix force erupting from her in a terrifying display. The blast sent Scott flying, a mixture of shock and awe painted on the faces of Magneto and Storm, while watching from afar was gripped by a paralyzing fear. Scott, injured and bewildered, struggled to comprehend the magnitude of what had transpired. Hope, equally stunned, turned to her father, seeking answers to the chaos that had erupted from within her. In that moment, a harrowing truth dawned upon Scott. Hope, like her mother before her, had become a conduit for the Dark Phoenix Force. The entity, in its relentless search for a host, had chosen Hope, transforming her into its vessel. Scott's fear was palpable. The haunting memory of Jian's sacrifice to quell the Dark Phoenix Force weighed heavily upon him. Jean had paid the ultimate price to contain its destructive might, yet here it was, reborn and residing within Hope. The realization was a bitter pill to swallow. The specter of the Dark Phoenix Force, a threat they had all believed vanquished, had resurfaced, more potent and perilous than ever. Scott faced an agonizing dilemma: how to protect his daughter from a fate akin to Jean's, knowing all too well the devastating potential of the force that now dwelled within her. Amidst the rubble and ruin of the training ground, the X-Men stood at a crossroads, grappling with the resurgence of an ancient power that threatened to consume them all. As dawn broke over the nation's capital, a sense of urgency pervaded the atmosphere. In an unprecedented move, Iron Man and Captain America convened an emergency session within the hallowed walls of the White House. The attendees, including the President of the United States and key Pentagon officials, were about to be briefed on a matter of cosmic proportions. Captain America, embodying the gravitas of the situation, initiated the meeting. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We've gathered here under the directive of the President and the National Security Council to discuss an intergalactic crisis of unparalleled severity, he announced, his voice steady and resolute. He detailed the recent incident involving Nova, a valorous member of the intergalactic Nova Corps, who had crash-landed on Earth bearing a critical warning. Iron Man then took the stage, amplifying the gravity of their predicament. He presented visual evidence of Nova's battered condition, his armor scorched by an unfathomable energy source. Analysis of Nova's armor revealed traces of energy identical to that emitted by Jean Grey when she merged with the Dark Phoenix Force, a cataclysmic power that wrought havoc years ago, Iron Man explained, his tone laced with concern. By cross-referencing the energy signatures and plotting Nova's trajectory, they arrived at a chilling conclusion. The Dark Phoenix was en route to Earth. Captain America continued, outlining their response to the looming threat. We believe the Dark Phoenix Force seeks a host to unleash its destructive potential upon our world, he said, signaling the depth of the crisis. In a bold strategy, a contingent of Avengers, including Ms. Marvel, Thor, Vision, Protector, War Machine, and others, had been dispatched into the cosmos in a desperate bid to confront the Dark Phoenix Force. Despite their valor, the odds of success were grim. The meeting took an abrupt turn when all monitors flared to life, bathing the room in a blinding light before displaying the ominous visage of the Dark Phoenix. The sudden alarm prompted Captain America to seek clarification, to which Iron Man revealed the activation of a bespoke program designed to detect and track the Dark Phoenix Force's unique energy signature. It has just triggered the alert, Iron Man disclosed, the weight of his words hanging in the air. With urgency mounting, Captain America inquired about the location of the energy spike. Iron Man's response sent a ripple of tension through the room. In a small area near the beaches of San Francisco, under the shadow of an impending cosmic threat, Captain America made his way to a place of sanctuary and remembrance, the Jean Grey School for Higher Learning. This institution, established by Wolverine in memory of Jean Grey, served as a beacon for mutants seeking guidance and education. It was here, amidst the echoes of the past and the hope for the future, that Captain America sought to rally allies for the daunting challenge that lay ahead. Upon his arrival, Captain America was met by Wolverine, the guardian of the school, and a figure steeped in the history and tragedies of the mutant community. Without delay, Captain America conveyed the grave news. The Dark Phoenix Force, an entity of unspeakable power, was hurtling towards Earth once more. The revelation stirred a tumult of emotions in Wolverine, memories of loss and destruction resurfacing with a painful clarity. He recounted the harrowing tale of Jean Grey's sacrifice, an act of love and desperation that failed to quell the Dark Phoenix's fury. The conversation took a dire turn as Captain America posed a critical question. "Do you know who is the new host of the Dark Phoenix Force?" Wolverine's response was a heavy blow. Hope Summers, the progeny of Scott Summers and Jean Grey, was the chosen vessel for the cosmic menace. Captain America's call to arms was clear. The situation demanded a unified front, bringing together heroes and mutants to confront the Dark Phoenix Force. Yet Wolverine hesitated, protective of the sanctuary he had built and the young mutants under his care. He feared that involvement in this cosmic conflict would betray the school's purpose as a haven from the world's turmoil. Wolverine's apprehension extended to Scott Summers, the leader of the X-Men, and a father tormented by loss. The prospect of surrendering his daughter to an uncertain fate was unthinkable. Wolverine knew Scott's pain all too well, understanding that cooperation would not come easily, if at all. Captain America, undeterred, sought confirmation of Scott and Hope's whereabouts. Wolverine, with a heavy heart, revealed they were on Utopia Island, a known haven for mutants. Pressing further, Captain America sought Wolverine's support, a plea met with a solemn silence. In that moment of unspoken agreement, a bond was forged, a silent vow to stand together against the coming storm. On the secluded Utopia Island, a stronghold for mutants amidst a world that fears them, Scott Summers convened with the X-Men, Magneto, and Storm. The air was thick with tension, anticipation, and concern. The topic at hand was nothing less than the impending return of the Dark Phoenix, a cosmic force of immeasurable power and destruction. Scott, a natural leader shaped by loss and battle, addressed his comrades with a conviction that belied the gravity of their situation. We were meant to be the vanguard of evolution, the next step for humanity. Yet, our numbers have dwindled. We stand at the brink, with only 200 of our kind left, he declared. His words painted a stark picture of their reality, a community on the verge of extinction. But it was Scott's proposal that sent ripples of shock and disbelief through the ranks of the X-Men. He suggested harnessing the very force that threatened them, the Dark Phoenix, as a tool to reshape the world. Why do you think the Dark Phoenix returns to us? There is a purpose, a chance to wield this power, to forge a sanctuary for mutants, Scott argued, his vision audacious and fraught with peril. The reaction was immediate and intense. The X-Men recoiled at the thought, envisioning a world scorched by the Dark Phoenix's fury, a planet consumed by fire only to be reborn from ashes. Scott's audacity even took Magneto by surprise, a man no stranger to grand designs and controversial means. Undeterred, Scott pressed on, reflecting on their past encounter with the Dark Phoenix. We were too young, too naive. We failed to grasp the true potential of the Dark Phoenix. But now, we have hope, he stated, referencing the intense preparation they had invested in Hope Summers, his own daughter, destined to be the Phoenix's vessel. Magneto, ever the pragmatist, posed a haunting question. And if Hope cannot control this power, what then? It was a scenario that laid bare the enormity of the gamble Scott was proposing. Storm, a voice of reason and compassion, shifted the focus back to where it belonged, with Hope herself. This decision belongs to Hope, not us. It is her destiny to embrace or reject, she reminded Scott, emphasizing the agency and choice of the individual at the heart of this cosmic drama. As the debate amongst the X-Men and Scott Summers intensified, a sudden shift in the atmosphere diverted their attention. Storm, ever attuned to the subtleties of her surroundings, sensed an unexpected presence. With an air of disbelief, she alerted Scott. "You won't believe who has come." Driven by curiosity and a hint of apprehension, the group made their way to the lower reaches of their headquarters, where the sandy shores of the island met the lapping waves of the ocean. There, against the backdrop of the setting sun, stood Captain America, a figure of resolve and authority. The sight of him, so far from his usual battlegrounds, was a stark reminder of the gravity of the situation they all faced. Scott Summers, with a mix of caution and respect, approached the iconic hero, leaving the X-Men and Hope lingering at the edge of the beach, observers to this unexpected parley. Hope Summers, amidst the tension, voiced the question that hung heavily in the air. Why is Captain America here? It was Storm who provided the succinct, unsettling answer. Because of you, Hope. The simplicity of her statement belied the complex web of duty, fear, and potential that entwined Hope's destiny with the fate of the world. As the uneasy tension on Utopia Island thickened, Scott Summers, known to the world as Cyclops, stepped forward to meet Captain America. The air bristled with anticipation as these two leaders, each emblematic of their own cause, faced off on the precipice of conflict. "Hey, Cyclops," Captain America began, his greeting carrying the weight of the grave purpose behind his visit. Scott's response, tinged with reluctance, underscored the chasm that lay between their worlds. "Hey, Captain America," he replied, the formality of his address highlighting the distance. Captain America wasted no time, stating his mission with stark clarity. "I came here to take Hope to secure custody." Scott's incredulity was palpable. "For what?" he challenged, setting the stage for a confrontation that would test the very foundations of their respective allegiances. As Captain America explained the looming threat of the Dark Phoenix Force and its purported search for a new host in Hope Summers, Scott's skepticism surfaced. Mocking the notion of experts and suspecting Wolverine's involvement, he braced for the inevitable clash. The X-Men rallied around Hope, their determination to protect her a testament to their unity. Yet, as the discourse unfolded, it was clear that the stakes transcended their immediate concerns. Captain America's assertion that the matter concerned them all, not just mutants, struck at the heart of their shared duty to protect Earth. Scott's vision of the Dark Phoenix as a harbinger of rebirth for mutant kind clashed violently with the immediate need to avert global catastrophe. The exchange between Scott and Captain America grew increasingly fraught, their ideological rift widening. Scott's accusation of neglect in the face of mutant persecution laid bare the long-standing grievances between their factions. Captain America's plea for unity fell on deaf ears, as Scott, driven by a mix of anger and desperation, declared the island off-limits. The moment Scott unleashed his optic blast, casting Captain America into the waters below, marked a point of no return. The shockwave of his action reverberated through the ranks of both the X-Men and the Avengers. Storm's disappointment was palpable, a reflection of the missed opportunity for accord. But as the shadow of the Avengers' plane darkened the sky, it was clear that the time for negotiation had passed. Iron Man, leading a coalition of Earth's mightiest heroes, including Spider-Man, Red Hulk, Daredevil, Doctor Strange, Black Widow, and Black Panther signaled the onset of a confrontation that could tear the very fabric of their world. Scott's command to prepare for battle was a rallying cry, but his directive to Storm to safeguard Hope underscored the personal stakes at play. As Storm whisked Hope away, the young mutant could feel the stirrings of the Dark Phoenix within, a power that promised transformation yet threatened destruction. Utopia Island, a haven for mutants, stood on the brink of becoming a battleground. As the Avengers descended, the X-Men braced for a conflict that would not only determine Hope's fate, but also the future of mutant kind and humanity alike. The clash of ideals, the struggle for survival, and the pursuit of a vision for a better world were all at stake in this moment of reckoning, to be continued. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed our journey of heroes and legends, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more epic tales. Your support keeps our adventures alive. See you in the next